All Denver public schools are closed today to give kids a break 2 days after two deans were shot at East High School. And of course, gun violence in schools is unfortunately a reality Colorado knows too well.
Former Columbine High School principal Frank DeAngelis joins us live this morning. Frank, thank you again for joining us during these stressful times. We always appreciate your perspective on events like this. DPS has decided to bring back its school resource officers immediately in the wake of this violence, and we've heard discussion from both sides. What do you think about this move to bring back school resource officers to campus?
I feel so strongly about school resource officers. I feel they should have never been removed. And at Columbine High School, we had school resource officers from the time I became principal back in the 90s. And I think it's the perception that is out there. These are not the bad cops. These are resources for our kids. I can't tell you the number of students that trusted in our school resource officers. And not all cops are meant to be school resource officers, but the training that they go through, they become part of our staff. They would be at our games, they would be at our dances, they would be that one adult kids can confide in. And so I am a strong proponent. When I go out speaking around the country, I'm a strong proponent of SROs. You know, in Colorado, we have the Colorado Association of School Resource Officers, the National Association of School Resource Officers. And all you have to do, something that's very close to home, a few years ago, Officer Beasley was killed up in our, and I went to his memorial service, and all the kids that just spoke so highly of him. So these school resource officers are important, and I'm so glad that Denver Public Schools are bringing them back.
Well, we know, of course, that having an armed police officer in a school doesn't always prevent violence, from Columbine to Marjorie Taylor Greenman Elementary or High School in Florida. So what else might be done? We know that this East High School suspect was already being patted down every day for weapons. From your time as an administrator, did you see kids who came in who presented red flags, or are we handling these students in the right way?
Well, and one of the things, I think there's not one cure-all, but I think there's several things. In the state of Colorado, we were one of the first schools that has an anonymous tip line, Safe to Tell. And a lot of times with these kids broadcasting or doing things, kids need to take care of each other and let adults know. I think that's so important. But one of the things that I think needs to be done, that students are entitled to an education, but are they entitled to an education where you may be putting other students at risk? I know, for example, in Jefferson County, we have schools in which kids have been expelled that could possibly be threats, but the schools are more regulated. They can wand kids down and things of that nature. You know, I think what happened at East is very unfortunate. And I think back to myself as a principal. If something like that was to happen at Columbine, and there was a risk that someone may have a weapon, I cannot see myself or another administrator doing it. We would bring in a school resource officer that would pat the kid down, and he would have resource to stop if there was an actual threat like there was at East.
Educators already wear so many hats, and law enforcement was not one of them when they signed up, I'm sure. And I had a chance to talk to students after the lockdown at East High School who now have, you know, fears of dying or of violence breaking out in the halls randomly, and they're caught in the middle. Parents are scared as they try to talk their kids through these emotions. How can the district or the school help restore a sense of security before they return to the classroom?
Well, that was the biggest question I had, you know, after April 20th, 1999. Parents were afraid. And they said to me, Frank, how can you guarantee? And there really were no guarantees, but we got to the point that I truly believe that we were probably one of the safest schools in the world. And there was a fine line in between, because I did have some students who came in afterwards and they said, Mr. D, we know you love us, we know you care about us, but a lot of times having all these officers, that makes us anxious. So it's working with students. I think the most important thing, if a recommendation that I would give to Denver Public Schools, is getting input from the parents, getting input from the students, from the staff, and they're all of our kids. And what the final decision has to be, what is it going to do to keep all of our kids safe? Because if a kid is hungry, if a kid does not feel safe, you could have the best academic program out there, they're not going to learn. And I think we experienced that a little bit with the pandemic.
Well, it's a tough job, and a lot of help is needed right now. Thank you, Frank DeAngelis, former principal of Columbine High School, for joining us.
Thank you.